everybody. Happy Easter. Dr. Jeff Langmaid here with Dr. Jason Deitch, and we're taking 10 minutes out of our time and out of our day to talk smart tools at 10 in 10, where we take 10 minutes and break down one of the awesome tools that we have available for you here at the Smart Chiropractor. And specifically this week, we've been focused on telehealth because we know a lot of people came in, joined the Smart Chiropractor because of the telehealth option to enable their practice to keep on trucking throughout these interesting times over the last few weeks. And one of the areas that we've seen the most success, the most awesome feedback, and the most results in quickly have been with these video promotions. That's what we're going to talk about and showcase to you today if you haven't had the chance to do so and dive in yourself yet. So Jason, how are you doing on this fine Sunday?
I'm happy Easter, happy Passover for us Jews. It's all good. Hope you're having a nice holiday and adapting to the new norm, however long this lasts. Jeff is totally right. We've got great tools. Many of you have started using them. In some cases, this has been the fastest way for you to start getting feedback, aka making appointments. Doesn't get much faster than post the videos we're giving you on your practice's Facebook page. Let people know telehealth is available. Make sure to include when you post these your specific call to action. That's one part we cannot do for you because everybody's call to action is slightly different. Some of you just want to have them go right into basically making an online appointment. Others of you want them to go to some sort of landing page. In the landing page, meaning a specific website page you create with your web team, designer, website company, however you do your website. Some of you want to have people click over to that website page, and you may even have a video introduction. Hi, it's Dr. Jason. Let me introduce you to our telehealth services, explain what they are, what's included, what the process looks like, what one session versus a series of sessions versus consistent weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly sessions might look like. Basically present what you offer. You can do that on your own video that you create on a web page with a way to make an appointment. That may be for some of you to have somebody just pick up a phone and call because you want to talk to someone to make sure that either they're a new patient, an existing patient, a reactivation. All of you handle this differently. That's the one part we really can't standardize for you. We can coach you on how you should be doing it, and that's what this group is all for. If you've got questions, we've got solutions. But we can't read your mind, or I should say we do read your mind. That's why we've got most of this, but we can't really we can't get you to read our minds about what you should be thinking. I guess that's the better way of saying it. So ultimately, bottom line is it's up to you to ask us the questions you need in order to take the next step. Post these videos. There's different kinds. Look at the variation of them. They promote different things. Some are promoting exercise, other promoting ergonomics, other promoting pain relief. Make sure you're posting the ones that are aligned with your service or services. So that's sort of the overview. Again, this is Smart Tools in 10, where Jeff and I are going over how to use each of these tools. You want to post them. You want to make sure you include your call to action. You want to make sure it explains in more detail what your presentation, what telehealth services are. It's Easter Sunday. Telehealth services are in your practice because it's all unique and different. And let people know what's specific. Again, you may also want to include, as long as we're just riffing on how to use these tools, in some cases when people are doing their again, landing page, sales page, website page that explains in more detail. You may also want to create what we'll call a mock experience. You could record yourself and a staff member, family member, or an actual patient who's given you consent to say, this is what a telehealth session looks like. Got it right that time. This is what it looks like, sounds like, feels like, so people can have sort of an experience and know what it is they're subscribing to. The reality is people are changing their expectations, and that will be the new normal from here on out. I believe in the future, we have basically changed the paradigm. Anything that can be handled virtually in the future will be handled virtually, even when we go back to, what do they call it? What's the opposite of social distancing? Social connecting, I guess. Being close together and being around each other, which I look forward to at some point in the near future. Jeff, all that sound right? Anything I leave out there?
100%. Let me do a little quick walkthrough on exactly where these videos are for the new members who are just getting familiar, but I agree, and you have something that I want you to dive into just a touch more detail in just one moment. So when you log into the Members Vault, you're going to go to the top where it says My Content. You are going to see there are monthly deliverables. Those are all your traditional monthly deliverables. That is the Smart Chiropractor, but the Telehealth and Calm Campaign, for that matter, are those new modules that we added in to exponentially increase the value of the program based on the needs of what's going on out there. So click on Telehealth in your practice. It is going to get you to the variety of tools. All of these folders are named in accordance with the tools that are inside. Pretty straightforward. So your fourth one over is promotional videos. All you do is simply click on that, and you are going to see there is a variety of different videos, over a dozen different videos here. All you have to do is click on them or go to that little arrow that points down in the upper right-hand corner. When you click on that, you'll see it says preview in a new window, or download. So that is how our folders are set up. I'll click on one right now, and we'll just let it play, just sort of in the background. This one might have music, it might not. It does have music. You're going to notice, I'll get a nice bed of music going on here. So you're going to notice that they are in Instagram size or Facebook size. So we have wide versions or your up and down. So we have the horizontal or the vertical orientations. So dive in. If you see one that's vertical, you're looking for wide, just look at the one next to it because that is the one. Jason, the item that I wanted you to touch on that I think is so important and really ties together a lot of what we do is the call to action. And that is really the invite portion of teach and invite. So talk a little bit more. You went into it, but we got a couple minutes left. And I think this is a really important point, is that docs understand that everything they put out should have an invite component of it. And in the marketing world, that traditionally is called a call to action. And all that means is it's the next step you'd like the person who is engaging with that content to take. Regarding telehealth, you brought up a couple, Jason, but I want to pitch it back to you and just break that down just a little bit more because it's a very important point of this.
I will be happy to. So I'm going to list off a bunch of options. This is not to confuse you. It is to expand your thinking into possibilities. So I'm going to take a high-level approach for this first, and then we'll get into the details. Jeff said it. Your goal is to invite people to take a next step. Now, many of you think that the intuitive thing to do is to make that step to be as quick as possible to get into your office and, quote, buy something, right? Make an appointment, come on in, schedule your either telehealth and or live appointment. But let me just give you something to think about, which is the more people know about you, the more they know about their body, the more they know about how you help them improve the function of their body, the more they know about that before their appointment, either telehealth or live, the easier your job will be because the more ready, willing, and able to say, yes, that makes sense to me, they are. So you think about the type of work you want to do. You'll notice that Jeff and I's philosophy is that the more you can learn about us, what we teach, what we do, what we believe the right approaches are, the more you learn about that through our videos before you become a client, the better client you will be. I hope that makes sense because if people buy something from, again, I'm making the metaphors. We do our best to practice what we preach. We do our best to do what we're teaching you to do. So we would rather have less people that have gone through the learning process of our philosophy, of our beliefs, of who we are and our background, our intentions, and what are tools, what's included, so that you have a realistic expectation of what this is all about, so that you really see the value of what this is all about. And I say that because that's exactly what I would like you to think about too, that the goal is not to be desperate and get them in. The goal is to be generous and give them as much ability to learn about themselves and their health and their body and how to be healthy and how to function at their highest level from your unique perspective. Imagine people walking into your practice already understanding your philosophy, already feeling like you're I'll call it micro celebrity, an online social influencer. The more they know about that, and when they get on your telehealth session or come into your practice, the quicker and easier it is for them to get to yes, and the more grateful that they are for it. So I know we're trying to do it under 10, but that's the philosophy. So how do you do that? Okay, here we go. Write this down. One, you could include a link to a video that explains here's who we are, here's what we do, here's why we do it, and here's how you can benefit from it. That's an option. Two, you can just have them schedule a telehealth appointment and have them just simply get on a virtual call with you. Three, when we get back to live events, you can invite them to a live event when that's appropriate and applicable. Four, you can obviously have them come on in for a traditional consultation and first visit when that's appropriate, obviously, as well. The list goes on and on. You could give them an ebook to read. You can give them a podcast you might have done. You can share with them an interview of you interviewing someone or someone interviewing you. And yes, we believe that the more content you can build with other chiropractors, I dare even say other professionals. We are now actually working on several projects where MDs and DCs and DOs are actually working together so that you can kind of cross-pollinate each other's populations, because the right type of MD in today's world actually has more aligned and agrees with you more than you've ever believed. All about finding the right one. Jeff, any tips I left out on that?
I'm pulling the hook out. that was a good wrap up. We're going to encourage you. Make a invitation, teach and invite, make a call to action based upon these video promos. Jason just laid out a bunch of them. If you did not get all of those, rewind this video and mark those down. I'm going to make a challenge to you if you're watching this. One obvious one is get people scheduled. But the second one, which I think is really interesting, is ask a question and engage with people, get those comments cooking this week. Take those 2 action steps, utilize the rest of what Jason said because it is critically important. We're going to keep it to 13 minutes or less. So have a great Sunday. For Dr. Jason, I'm Dr. Jeff. We'll see you tomorrow. And ask any questions. Keep that engagement up in the group. It has been awesome. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye-bye. Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to the Smart Chiropractor. We are posting videos on how you can market your chiropractic practice in a way that teach and invites consistently. We have found that is the magic formula to big time growth. So if you like this video, be sure to comment down below, smash that subscribe button, or visit us at thesmartchiropractor.com.